Hello everyone, welcome back to Tinateach. Today's a new day, a new lesson, okay? This time we're paying attention to for loops. And what do we have for this lesson about for loops? We're going to be looking at looping through string, the break, continue, and range function, okay? So first off, with looping through strings, as you know, they are iterable objects, so you can loop through them, okay? For example, for result in result, so we're looping through the string result, print result, so we're looping through result and so on, okay? Next up, for a break statement that's often used in a lot more things and not just with loop. You can also use it in while statements as well, as we've seen in previous lesson, the while loop. A break statement would stop the loop before it's looped through everything, so it's basically like, a stop button. We have for result in trooper, and I want to mention that for result, the word result here is just a placeholder. You can replace it with anything, okay? XYZ or just any sort of word. Print result, so we're printing through TRO, and then we go down here. If result equals to O, break. So we're printing TRO, first instance of O, we stop. Therefore, we only have TRO, okay? Next up, another example of a break statement. Now, as you see here, we put the print result before the if result equals O, break. Now, what happens if we put it after? So we have fast food, McDonald's, Jollibee, and KFC. For result in fast food, if result equals to Jollibee, break, and then print result. I will show you a quick demonstration of the difference between this and this in a little bit, okay? Next up, to continue statement. Using continue, you can stop the current iteration and then hops on to the next. What this is basically a skip statement, okay? For result in fast food, in reference to this variable over here, if result equals to Jollibee, continue. So it will print McDonald's, Jollibee, skip KFC. So it's just McDonald's and Jollibee, okay? And then print result, and that's it. Let's move on to the last part, the range function. Now, a range function is mainly used to loop through a specified number of times. It returns a sequence of numbers, right? Starting from 0, so this is default, and it increments by 1. This is also default. And then it will end at the numbers that you specify over here. Now, obviously, you can change the starting point so it doesn't have to start from 0. 0 is just the default if you don't specify anything. And you can also change the increment value, which I will show you in a bit. We have 4 numbers in range, 17. 17 is where we want to end. Print numbers. Now, this will start at 0, okay? Increments by 1, and then stops at 17. Now, you can specify the starting value, and here I've put 3. So this starts at 3 instead of 0, so 3, 4, 5, And if you want to change the increment value, you add it behind here, the last number, and this will increment by 2 as opposed to 1 by default, okay? Let's go for a quick and simple loop first for result in, let's say, Apple, print result, okay? Next up is break for result in, let's say, strawberry, result, okay? And then let's go down here. If result equals to, let's say, W, break, all right? Now let's move on. Let's have fast food, as we've seen before. Fast food, McDonald's, then KFC, Jollibee, Domino's, I think there's no E in Domino's. I'm just going to go with Domino. For result in fast food, if result equals to Jollibee, break, and then print result. Now next up, let's continue with the continue statement. For result in fast food, we're reusing the variable. If result equals to Jollibee, okay, continue, print result. Let's move down here. And last but not least, the range function for numbers in range, let's say 5. Okay, print numbers. For numbers in range, we're going to specify the starting point, and I'm going to make it 5, and then up till 20, print numbers. Then for numbers in range, starting value is 7, ending at 15, and increment by 2. Okay, print numbers. Now this is what we're working with. It's a little bit long. We're going to go through it one by one. So first off, for result in apple, print result. So it loops through APPLE, okay? And the same goes with strawberry. It starts listing STRAW, and once it is W, break. So it stops completely, okay? Next up, we have fast food. For result in fast food, if result equals to Jollibee, break, and then print. We have McDonald's, KFC, and then stops completely. Because result equals to Jollibee, it just completely breaks, right? The difference between this and this is that up here, it still prints out the W. All right, down here, it doesn't. It just excludes this condition, this tax, this argument in the if statements completely, okay? Let's move on with continue. So we have McDonald's, KFC, and Domino. It doesn't break, it just skips the Jollibee part, okay? Now down here with a bunch of 4 numbers. First one, we should expect 0 to 5 because the default is 0. It goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 4 does not print the 5, it just goes up to 4, all right? And that's something that you need to be reminded of. You know, sometimes it does mess you up if you happen to forget that fact. Next up, for numbers in range, stops at 20, starting at 5. So we're starting at 5, and then we should only see up till 19 over here, okay? Stops at 19. Next up, for numbers in range, starting at 7, up to 15, increment by 2. So 7, 9, 11, and 13. Now that's it for our lesson. It's a very quick lesson. Next up, I want to introduce to you else in, nested loops, and the past statement. After this, we'll jump on into more complex topics of Python. Okay, we're leaving behind while and for loops since we've already know the basics about them. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Learn today, better tomorrow. Goodbye.